So over the past 3 years, I've sat in countless hours of client sessions doing subconscious healing work with powerful souls that are on an incredible journey of remembering their soul essence by dissolving away the subconscious limitations that make them forget who they truly are and what they're capable of. And there is one thing that I wish I could scream from the rooftops after sitting in these countless hours of sessions and picking up the data on just the patterns of what people experience in their life, what will frequently hold someone back, and also in my own life. And what I want to talk about today is this very specific moment that comes right before a quantum leap. I actually posted an Instagram reel on this over a year ago, and it went pretty viral, and a lot of people connected with what it was I was talking about. So I'm just really laying the groundwork that this is very much a thing. And I want to just dive in deeper to this period right before the quantum leap and give you some perspective on what tends to happen so that you can know and have higher awareness on it instead of believing the limiting ego stories that can take you in a totally different direction. So let's drop into this. When you are on a path of calling in a higher reality or shifting into a reality field that feels way more aligned with your soul essence. Maybe you're out here sharing your voice online and sharing your art, or maybe you are on an entrepreneurship journey, or maybe you're just on a journey of finding deep inner peace with yourself through spirituality and meditation. There's this journey that you're on where you see some sort of like end goal, and here you are, that's out in the future, here you are here. And we all know that this is all energetic, right? There's no such thing as time. You can think of reality as like a layered cake with every single reality existing just on a different frequency. And when you are tuning into any sort of future event that you are relating to as like a higher reality field, it is already existing. You have received the vision because that's already existing. And it's just existing on a different frequential state. So we understand that. The thing I want to talk about is the declaration that we are making when we claim to ourselves that we want to draw in a higher reality or shift into a higher reality, however it is that you want to say it, we want to manifest something. What you are declaring on a soul level is that I am ready to remember more of my soul essence. Because what happens on this path is that we shift into different reality fields based off of the energy and the frequency that we are living through, emitting, and the way that we experience a more heightened frequential state is by clearing away some of the forgetting. I always talk about this on my page, but there's this beautiful subconscious filtering system you can think of that floats around in a higher plane, and it filters out certain light streams and data that would allow us to be in a different experience of remembering. We are in this physical realm because we are choosing to filter out certain data and information that allows us to be in a physical experience. So you also have certain filterings, belief systems, emotions, soul essence, that you are on the journey of dissolving away the limitations. And as you dissolve away any sort of limitation that you have outgrown and that you are ready to expand past, you experience more data, more light is able to come through, and you experience that heightened frequency. And that is what ultimately shifts us into higher planes, different reality fields, right? So when we are making the declaration to shift, we are making the declaration to clear away the limitations. When you say, I want to shift into a reality that's more aligned with my soul, that is you also declaring on the flip side, I am ready to clear away the beliefs that are keeping me in this current reality. Now, here's the most important thing that I want to talk about, that I want to stress so much. There is a moment right before the quantum leap where it feels like the thoughts that are connected to those beliefs that are being cleared out, it feels like someone turns up the dial on them. The emotions, the anxiety, the fear, it feels like someone literally goes up to the dial knob and turns it all the way up. This is for your highest good. It is happening for you. I'm going to be reminding you right now of the soul perspective of what is happening in this moment, the energetic, so that you can really understand this, that you're going to take this with you for the rest of your life. But when we are in the midst of doing something and we're on like the cusp of a breakthrough of the quantum leap, your soul is going to give you the biggest opportunity to let go of thoughts and fears that are not meant to come with you into that next chapter, into that higher plane. They don't energetically match. So when you are on this adventure of whatever it is that you're doing, I want you to be so conscious and aware of those moments where it feels like someone turns up the dial on them. And I want you to celebrate that because it is a good sign. And I'm telling you, the hours of client sessions that I've had of speaking about these moments, of experiencing it in myself, the viral video of comments, you can literally go see this on my page, on my Instagram. It's pinned at the top if you just go to my reels. I think I call it the dip before the shift, I think the title is. Read all of the comments. People saying, yes, this really is a thing. Now, we don't need to claim that this happens every single time, but I have found that having this awareness and the openness to know that this does happen is profound. So here's how you're going to really integrate this. When you are in these moments and you feel like someone is turning up the dial on the thoughts and the fears, I want you to let your ego rip. Grab a pen, grab a journal, and let those thoughts just rip out onto the page. This is the ego stories that are coming out to be cleared. You don't have to worry about claiming them, about them being true if you're writing them out. You can even write them from the perspective of the ego. The ego is saying this, let the ego rip. This is a practice that I talk about all the time. As soon as you let the ego rip, you're going to start to see some through lines in the stories of what it is that you're writing. Some belief systems. What would someone have to believe for this to be true? That they're not capable? That they're not powerful, that they're a failure, that if they fail, they're going to die. What is it that they're believing in these beliefs? I want you to take the approach of being a detective, a curious detective that is so non-judgmental and neutral, and look at those thoughts, look at those stories, and get so curious about what beliefs are bubbling to the surface. What is it that your subconscious is pushing to the forefront of your mind so that you can clear it out? Now, the way that we clear this out is we start to write down, what are those statements? What are the I am belief systems? And you can just start to think about, this feels like an outdated version of me. And it feels like a belief system that may have served me based off of the belief systems that I held, the way that I was seeing life or myself, and really honor the way that it has served you. You can think about if someone, for the example, is believing like this is all on me, you can see how that would actually build them into a being that is resilient or has the strength to just get shit done. There's positive adaptations of these belief systems. This is something that my mentor, Sarah Zula, teaches about. But what I want you to also focus on is the way that it's not serving you. Why is it that holding onto this belief when we live in this limitless reality where you can choose to identify with anything, why is it that this belief is not serving you? Think about the chapter you're stepping into, the quantum leap that is literally here, just ready to materialize. Think about letting go of that and how that would actually help crystallize that reality field. And you will find that those exact belief systems that come up are the ones that when you tune into the version of self that's in that reality field, they're not holding on to that. Maybe they come up here and there, but they're able to really bring awareness to it, but they are not holding on to that. So let yourself feel into those I am statements. And then what you're going to do is close your eyes and tune into your heart and ask yourself, is this absolute truth? Maybe meditate on it. Allow yourself to come into a coherent state and connect in with soul guidance, the higher awareness, and observe yourself from an outside perspective, holding on to this belief. Is this absolutely true? Think about other people. If it's absolutely true, how is it that this person's doing that? And this person, look for the evidence to show your mind on how this is not true. And then you're going to allow yourself to have a moment of release, to claim to yourself, I am no longer identifying with this belief. And as you release that and you feel in your heart the energy expanding, as you feel yourself enter into a reality field free of this belief, you're going to ask yourself, if this isn't true, what is? And that right there is the new soul expression that you are being called to step into. And I'm telling you, when you embody that new belief and you practice it and you try it on every morning and you feel the energy of it every single morning, that is the thing that takes you right into that next reality. It's the thing that pushes you right there. But so many people will feel the fears and the dial being turned up on the emotions, and they'll run in the other direction. When in reality, that is an energy that can be transmuted and turned into a deeper remembering. Do you see what it is that I'm talking about here? You'll see like similar themes in what it is that I talk about with transmutation, subconscious healing. You use the discomfort, you use the emotions, and you alchemize it. There's gold in it. It's uncomfortable for a reason, because there's a deeper truth. There's more love that wants to come in. So think about this for yourself. Where is it that you are ready to start looking at the thoughts and fears that are being turned up a little bit more and actually look into the deeper purpose of why it is that they are arising? And I'm telling you, taking this approach to life makes you freaking unstoppable, because you will never be a victim to the thoughts and the emotions ever again. Can we have off days? Of course. Can we have off weeks, off months? Of course. You have free will. You can do whatever you want. There's no rules in this game. But I will say that you're making up your own rules. So why not play them by this? Why not see it through this lens and let yourself be this ever-expanding being that is so freaking limitless? You are limitless. And after watching this video, now you will never interact with that fear, those thoughts, those emotions in the same way. You will always remember this, that they are there to serve you. And you will look back on this video and you will do the journaling and you'll write it down and you'll declare the new statement and you will practice it and you will experience the quantum leap that you are calling in.